I need to talk to someone about what happened with my marriage. I don't even know where to begin. Take your time. Sometimes the hardest part is just starting the conversation. What's been weighing on your mind? My mother-in-law, she absolutely destroyed everything my husband and I built together over 5 years. That's a serious accusation. Can you tell me what specifically she did that makes you feel this way? Where do I start? She moved in with us 6 months ago, supposedly just for a few weeks while her house was being renovated. And she never left? Exactly. Those few weeks turned into months. Every single day, she criticized everything I did, how I cooked, how I cleaned, even how I dressed for work. How did your husband respond when you told him about this? That's the worst part. He would just say things like, "She's just trying to help," or "That's just how she is." He never once stood up for me. It sounds like you felt caught between your marriage and your mother-in-law. Did you try setting boundaries? I tried so many times. I told her politely that I appreciated her concern, but that we had our own way of doing things. And what was her reaction? She would smile sweetly and then tell my husband that I was being disrespectful to her. He believed her every single time. That must have felt like a betrayal. Did things escalate from there? It got so much worse. She started opening my mail, rearranging my kitchen, and even answering my phone when my friends called. Those are significant boundary violations. How did you cope with living in that environment? I started working late, finding excuses not to come home. My own house became a place I dreaded. When did you realize the marriage was beyond saving? The day she told my husband that I was having an affair because I was coming home late. He believed her without even asking me. That sounds devastating. What did you do? I packed my bags that night and left. I couldn't live in a marriage where I wasn't trusted or respected. That took tremendous courage. How are you processing everything now? Some days are harder than others, but honestly, I feel lighter than I have in months. I just wish things had turned out differently. Healing takes time, but recognizing what you deserve is the first step forward.
Man, I can't believe Sarah actually left me. I still don't understand what went wrong.
Are you seriously sitting here acting confused? Your mother has been living with you guys for months.
So what? She's my mother. She needed a place to stay while her house was being fixed.
Dude, that renovation finished 3 months ago. I drove past her house last week and saw her car parked outside.
Wait, what? She told me the contractors kept finding more problems.
She lied to you. And you've been so busy defending her that you didn't even notice your wife was miserable.
Sarah never told me she was unhappy. If she had a problem, she should have said something.
Are you kidding me right now? She tried talking to you dozens of times. I heard her myself at your birthday party.
My mom was just trying to help Sarah become a better homemaker. There's nothing wrong with that.
Listen to yourself. Sarah has a demanding career. She doesn't need your mother criticizing her cooking at 8 in the morning.
Mom grew up in a different generation. She just has traditional values.
Traditional values don't include opening someone else's mail or answering their personal phone calls. That's called invasion of privacy. Those were misunderstandings. Mom thought she was helping by organizing things. Your mother accused Sarah of having an affair with zero evidence, and you believed her. What kind of husband does that? Sarah was coming home really late every night. What was I supposed to think? Maybe that she was avoiding a house where she felt unwelcome and criticized constantly. Did that occur to you?
I just wanted everyone to get along. Is that so terrible?
You can't make peace by sacrificing your wife's happiness and dignity. You had to choose, and you chose wrong.
So what am I supposed to do now? Tell my own mother to leave?
If you want any chance of saving your marriage, yes. But honestly, I think you've already lost Sarah for good.
There has to be a way to fix this. I love her.
Then you should have loved her enough to protect her when she needed you. Actions speak louder than words, my friend.
I really messed up, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. The question is, what are you going to do about it now?
I don't understand why everyone is blaming me for what happened between Michael and Sarah. I was only trying to help.
Help? Mom, you literally destroyed their marriage. Sarah moved out last week and Michael is devastated.
If their marriage was so weak that a little advice could destroy it, then it wasn't meant to be anyway.
A little advice? You criticized everything Sarah did from the moment you moved in. I witnessed it myself at dinner last month.
I simply suggested better ways of doing things. That girl needed guidance. She couldn't even make a proper roast.
She's a marketing executive who works 60 hours a week. Not everyone measures their worth by their cooking skills.
In my day, women knew how to take care of their homes and their husbands. Things were different.
This isn't your day anymore, Mom. Times have changed, and you need to respect that.
I raised 3 children and maintained a beautiful home. I know what makes a marriage work.
Then why did Dad leave you 15 years ago? Maybe your way isn't the only way.
How dare you bring that up? Your father left because he was selfish, not because of anything I did.
He left because you controlled every aspect of his life, just like you tried to control Michael and Sarah's marriage. I was protecting my son from making a mistake. Sarah wasn't right for him. That wasn't your decision to make. Michael is a grown man and he chose Sarah. You should have respected that.
A mother knows what's best for her children, no matter how old they are.
No, a mother should support her children's choices and trust that she raised them well enough to make their own decisions.
So, I'm supposed to just watch my son be unhappy and say nothing?
He wasn't unhappy until you moved in. They were perfectly fine before you started interfering.
I refuse to apologize for caring about my son's well-being.
Caring and controlling are two completely different things. You crossed so many lines.
Like what, exactly? Give me one example.
You accused Sarah of having an affair with absolutely no proof. You opened her private mail. You rearranged her entire kitchen without permission.
I was just organizing things efficiently. And as for the affair accusation, where there's smoke, there's fire.
The only fire here is the one you started. Sarah was working late because she couldn't stand being in her own home anymore.
Well, maybe if she had been a better wife, none of this would have happened.
Mom, your house has been ready for 3 months, and you lied about it. You wanted to stay there and break them up.
That's ridiculous. Who told you such nonsense?
I drove past your house myself. The construction was finished ages ago. You've been manipulating everyone.
Fine. Maybe I did stay longer than necessary, but it was for Michael's own good.
And now he's alone, heartbroken, and probably won't speak to you for months.
Was it worth it? He'll thank me eventually, when he finds someone more suitable. No, Mom. He'll resent you for the rest of his life. And so will I if you don't change.
Thank you for coming in today, Sarah. I've reviewed the preliminary information you sent. This is quite a complex situation.
Complex is one way to put it. My mother-in-law literally drove me out of my own home.
I understand this is emotional, but let's focus on the legal aspects. You've been married for 5 years with no prenuptial agreement.
Correct. We bought the house together 3 years ago. Both our names are on the mortgage.
And your mother-in-law moved in approximately 6 months ago. Did you consent to this arrangement?
Michael asked me if she could stay for a few weeks. I agreed because I thought it was temporary.
Do you have any written documentation about the temporary nature of her stay?
No, it was just a verbal agreement. I trusted my husband. That was clearly a mistake.
Trust isn't admissible in court, unfortunately. Now, you mentioned she opened your mail. That's actually illegal.
She did it multiple times. She said she thought she was helping by organizing our bills.
Did you document these incidents? Take photos, save emails, anything like that?
I have text messages to my husband complaining about it. Would those help?
Absolutely. Those establish a pattern of boundary violations. What about the affair accusation?
She told Michael I was cheating because I was working late. It was completely baseless.
Did your husband confront you about this accusation?
He did. And when I denied it, he seemed to believe his mother over me. That's when I left.
Smart move, actually. Leaving shows you were in an untenable situation. Now, regarding assets and division of property,
I don't want anything except what's fair. Half the house equity, half our savings.
what about spousal support? Given your income levels, you might not qualify, but we should explore all options.
I make good money. I don't need his support. I just want out of this marriage with my dignity intact.
I respect that, but my job is to ensure you're protected financially. What's your approximate annual income?
Around $90,000. Michael makes about $85,000 as a chef.
So, relatively equal incomes. That simplifies things. No children to consider for custody.
No children. Thank God for that. I can't imagine bringing kids into this toxic situation.
Understandable. Now, has your husband indicated whether he'll contest the divorce?
We haven't spoken since I left 2 weeks ago. I've been staying with my sister.
I recommend we send him formal separation papers this week. The sooner we start this process, the better.
Will I have to see him in court?
Possibly, but we'll try to negotiate a settlement first. Most divorces never actually go to trial.
How long does this typically take?
With no children and cooperative parties, 6 months to a year. If he contests it, could be longer.
I just want this over with. 5 years of marriage destroyed in 6 months.
I've seen this pattern before. Overbearing in-laws can absolutely destroy a marriage, especially when one spouse won't set boundaries.
That's exactly what happened. He chose his mother over me every single time.
For what it's worth, you made the right decision. No one should have to live like that.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. When do we start?
I'll draft the papers today. We'll have them served to him by Friday.
Sweetheart, I brought you some soup. You need to eat something. You've barely touched food in days.
Thanks, Mom. I'm just not hungry. I keep replaying everything in my head.
I know this is hard, but you did the right thing, leaving. That situation was toxic. Was it, though? Maybe I should have tried harder to make it work with his mother. Absolutely not. No amount of trying would have satisfied that woman. She wanted you gone from day one. Why would she hate me so much? I never did anything to her. It's not about you, honey. It's about her inability to let go of her son. Some mothers can't accept that their children grow up. Michael and I were so happy before she moved in. We had plans, dreams, a whole future together. And you can still have those things, just not with someone who won't stand up for you. He said he loved me. How could he let his mother treat me like that if he truly loved me? Love without respect and protection isn't real love. It's just empty words. I feel like such a failure. I couldn't even make my marriage last 5 years. You didn't fail. The marriage failed because 3 people were in it instead of 2. Everyone at work keeps asking where my wedding ring is. I don't know what to tell them. Tell them the truth if you want, or simply say it's personal. You don't owe anyone explanations. I miss him, Mom. I miss the man he was before all this started. That man might still exist somewhere, but he chose not to show up when you needed him most.
Do you think he regrets it? Does he miss me too?
Probably, but regret doesn't fix broken trust. Actions have consequences.
His friend called me yesterday. He said Michael's been a mess since I left.
Good. Maybe he'll finally understand what he lost. But that doesn't mean you should go back.
I won't. I can't go through that again. It almost destroyed me.
You're stronger than you think. You'll get through this, and you'll be better for it.
How long did it take you to get over Dad after your divorce?
Honestly, about 2 years before I felt like myself again. But everyone's different.
2 years sounds like forever right now.
It goes faster than you think, especially when you focus on rebuilding your life.
I signed the divorce papers this morning. My lawyer is serving them to Michael this week.
How do you feel about that?
Relieved, mostly. Sad, too. It's like closing a chapter of my life that I thought would last forever.
Every ending is also a beginning. You're only 32. You have so much life ahead of you.
I know. I just need time to figure out who I am without him.
And you will. I'm here for you every step of the way.
What would I do without you, Mom?
Fortunately, you'll never have to find out. Now eat some soup before it gets cold.
Michael, you've been coming to these sessions for 3 weeks now. Let's talk about what happened with Sarah.
I don't even know where I went wrong. One day we were fine. The next she was packing her bags.
Walk me through the timeline. When did things start changing in your marriage?
Around 6 months ago, when my mother moved in with us. She needed a place to stay temporarily.
And how did Sarah react when your mother moved in?
She seemed okay with it at first. She said families should help each other out.
But things changed after that?
Sarah started working later and later. She'd come home exhausted and go straight to bed without talking to me.
Did you ask her why she was working such long hours?
I assumed she was busy with a big project. She's always been ambitious about her career.
Did your mother and Sarah get along during this time?
My mom had some concerns about how Sarah managed the household. She's from a different generation, you know?
What kind of concerns specifically?
Little things. The way Sarah cooked, how she organized the kitchen, stuff like that.
And how did you respond when your mother expressed these concerns to you?
I tried to keep the peace. I told Sarah maybe she could try my mom's suggestions.
How did Sarah respond to that?
She got upset. She said I was taking my mother's side instead of supporting her.
Were you taking your mother's side?
I was just trying to make everyone happy. Is that so wrong?
Let me ask you something. If a friend criticized Sarah constantly, would you defend her?
Of course I would. That's different, though.
How is it different?
Because my mom wasn't trying to hurt Sarah. She was trying to help her become better.
Better at what? Sarah has a successful career and manages her life well, doesn't she?
Yes, but my mom knows about running a home. She raised 3 kids.
Michael, did Sarah ask for your mother's help with running your home?
Well, no. But she should have appreciated the advice.
Would you appreciate unsolicited advice about your cooking at the restaurant where you work as a chef?
That's my profession. I'm trained for that.
And Sarah is trained in marketing, yet your mother criticized her professional appearance too, didn't she?
How did you know about that?
You mentioned it in our first session. You said your mother thought Sarah's work clothes were too revealing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mom did say something about that.
And you told Sarah to dress more conservatively?
I suggested it might keep the peace. Sarah refused.
Michael, I need you to understand something. Your wife didn't leave because she was unreasonable. She left because she felt unsupported.
But I loved her. I still love her.
Love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice you make every day through your actions. Did your actions show Sarah she was your priority?
I'm starting to see that maybe they didn't.
That's an important realization. Now, what are you going to do about it?
I don't know if it's too late. She's already filed for divorce.
Perhaps it is too late for this marriage, but you can learn from this for future relationships.
I just wish I could go back and do things differently.
You can't change the past, but you can choose how you move forward. That starts with setting boundaries with your mother.
Girl, I cannot believe you stayed in that house as long as you did. I would have lost my mind. I kept thinking things would get better. I was so naive. Naive? You were being a good wife. Michael should have put his foot down from day one. Part of me still loves him. Isn't that pathetic? It's not pathetic. It's human. You don't just stop loving someone overnight. I keep thinking about the good times we had before she moved in. We were really happy. And you could have stayed happy if his mother hadn't inserted herself into every aspect of your marriage. She made me feel like I wasn't good enough, like I was failing at being a wife. You know what? Screw her outdated standards. You're an amazing woman with a brilliant career. Michael's mom used to say that my career was the problem, that I cared more about work than my marriage. Let me guess, she never said that about Michael's demanding job as a chef? Of course not. He was just being a good provider, according to her. Classic double standard. Women can't win with people like her. I started working late because I couldn't face going home. The house felt like a war zone. And then she accused you of having an affair. That woman had some nerve. The worst part was that Michael believed her. He actually looked at me with suspicion. After 5 years of marriage, he should have known better. You've never even looked at another man. I couldn't believe he'd think that of me. That's when I knew the marriage was over. Trust is everything. Once it's broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. Do you think I gave up too easily? Should I have fought harder? Absolutely not. You fought for 6 months while being disrespected in your own home. That's more than enough. His sister called me last week. She said Michael's mother finally moved back to her own house. Oh, so now that you're gone, she leaves. How convenient. Apparently, Michael finally confronted her about lying about the renovation being finished. Too little, too late. Where was that backbone when you needed it? His sister apologized for not speaking up sooner. She said she witnessed everything but didn't want to get involved. Everyone just watched while you suffered. That's infuriating. I don't blame her. Family dynamics are complicated. You're too forgiving. I'd be furious at all of them. Being angry takes too much energy. I just want to move forward. That's healthy. Speaking of moving forward, are you dating yet? Are you insane? The divorce isn't even final. I'm not ready to think about dating. I'm not saying you should marry someone tomorrow. Maybe just coffee with someone nice. I need to figure out who I am as a single woman first. I've been in relationships since college. That's actually really mature. Take your time, heal, rediscover yourself. That's the plan. I've been thinking about taking that trip to Italy I've always wanted. Yes, do it. Travel, eat amazing food, flirt with Italian men. Maybe I'll skip the flirting part, but the rest sounds perfect. Whatever makes you happy. You deserve all the good things after what you've been through.
Michael, I appreciate you coming in, but I need to be honest with you. Sarah hasn't agreed to couples counseling.
I know, but I thought maybe if you heard my side, you could convince her to give us another chance.
That's not how this works. Both parties need to be willing participants for counseling to be effective.
I'll do anything to fix this. I can't lose her.
Tell me what you think went wrong in your marriage.
My mother moved in and things got complicated. There were misunderstandings and hurt feelings.
Misunderstandings? That's how you're characterizing the situation?
What else would you call it? Everyone just got their wires crossed.
Michael, from what I understand, your mother violated your wife's boundaries repeatedly. Those aren't misunderstandings.
My mom can be a bit overbearing, but her intentions were good.
Good intentions don't excuse harmful behavior. Did you set any boundaries with your mother?
I tried to explain to Sarah that my mom was just trying to help.
That's not what I asked. Did you ever tell your mother that her behavior was inappropriate?
She's my mother. I can't just tell her what to do.
But you expected Sarah to tolerate behavior that made her uncomfortable in her own home?
When you put it that way, it sounds bad.
It sounds bad because it was bad. Your wife should have been your priority.
I thought I could make everyone happy. Isn't that what good husbands do?
Good husbands protect their wives, even if that means disappointing their mothers.
But family is important. My mom raised me, sacrificed for me.
And when you got married, Sarah became your primary family. Your mother became extended family.
That seems harsh. My mom would be devastated if she heard that.
The truth is often uncomfortable. Your mother's feelings aren't more important than your wife's well-being.
Sarah seemed so cold toward the end. She barely talked to me. Can you blame her?
She was dealing with constant criticism and no support from you.
I supported her. I went to work every day, paid the bills, came home every night.
Financial support isn't the same as emotional support. Did you defend her when your mother criticized her?
I tried to see both sides. Isn't that being fair?
There weren't two equal sides here. Your mother was a guest in your home who overstepped constantly.
My friend said the same thing. I guess I really messed up.
Recognizing that is the first step, but recognition alone won't fix this.
What can I do? How do I get her back?
Honestly, you probably can't. She's moved on and filed for divorce.
There must be something. I love her.
Then why didn't you show her that love when it mattered? Why didn't you choose her?
I was trying to keep everyone happy. That's all I was trying to do.
You can't keep everyone happy, Michael. Sometimes you have to make hard choices.
I chose wrong, didn't I?
Yes, repeatedly. And now you're facing the consequences of those choices.
Is it really too late to fix things?
I've been doing this for 30 years. When someone files for divorce after what Sarah went through, they're done.
So what should I do now?
Learn from this. Go to individual therapy. Set boundaries with your mother. Be better for the next relationship.
I don't want a next relationship. I want Sarah.
What you want isn't always what you get. That's life. The question is, what will you do with this painful lesson?
I guess I need to accept that it's really over.
Acceptance is painful but necessary. It's the only way you'll eventually move forward.
Sarah, it's so good to see you smiling again. You seem like a completely different person than 3 months ago.
I feel different.
Lighter, somehow, like I can finally breathe. I have to admit, we were all worried about you for a while. You looked exhausted all the time. I was exhausted. Living in that situation drained every bit of energy I had. Can I ask you something personal? When did you know your marriage was over? The exact moment? When my husband accused me of cheating based on his mother's paranoid delusions. That's so awful. You've always been dedicated to your work and your marriage. His mother saw me working late and decided I must be having an affair. Michael believed her without question. After everything you'd been through, that must have been the final straw. It was. I realized he would never choose me over his mother, no matter what. How are you handling the divorce process? I've heard it can be brutal. It's been surprisingly smooth. Michael isn't contesting anything. I think he knows he was wrong. Does that make it easier or harder? A little of both. Part of me wishes he'd fought for our marriage, but it's too late now. Have you had any contact with him since he left? Just through our lawyers. I can't handle talking to him directly yet. Maybe someday. That's completely understandable. You need time to heal. I've been going to therapy twice a week. It's helping me process everything. What's your therapist saying about the situation? She confirmed what I already suspected. The marriage was emotionally abusive, even if Michael didn't realize it. That's heavy. How do you feel about that assessment? Validated, honestly. I blamed myself for so long, thinking I should have tried harder. You tried more than enough. Anyone could see that. My coworkers noticed. I thought I was hiding it well. Sarah, you were coming in at 7 and leaving at 9. We knew something was wrong. I'm embarrassed that it was so obvious. I should have handled things better. Stop that. You handled things the best you could in an impossible situation. Thank you. I needed to hear that today. So what's next for you? Any exciting plans? I'm actually planning a solo trip to Europe next month. 2 weeks in Italy. That sounds amazing. You deserve a fresh start. I'm terrified and excited at the same time. I've never traveled alone before. It'll be good for you. Time to rediscover who you are outside of that marriage. That's exactly what my therapist said. I need to find myself again. You're gonna come back transformed. I can feel it. I hope so.
I'm ready for a new chapter. And when you get back, we're celebrating. Drinks on me. Deal! Thank you for being such a good friend through all of this. Always. That's what friends are for.
It's been 6 months since Sarah left. The divorce was finalized last week.
How are you feeling about that?
Sad, but also relieved in a strange way. Like I can finally stop pretending everything was her fault.
That's significant growth from where you were when we started these sessions.
I've had a lot of time to think about what went wrong. I see it clearly now.
Tell me, what do you see?
I sacrificed my wife's happiness to avoid confronting my mother. I was a coward.
Those are strong words. What changed your perspective?
My mother actually apologized to me last month. Can you believe that?
Really?
What prompted her apology? My sister finally told her off, said she destroyed my marriage and needed to take responsibility.
How did your mother react to that confrontation?
She cried for 3 days. Then she called me and admitted she'd been wrong about Sarah.
That must have been difficult to hear.
It was validating, but also painful. If she'd realized this 6 months ago, maybe Sarah and I would still be together.
Maybe, but maybe not. Sarah experienced months of emotional abuse in her own home.
I know, and I allowed it to happen. That's what I have to live with.
You can't change the past, but you've been doing important work here. You've set boundaries with your mother now.
She's seeing her own therapist, too. We're both trying to break unhealthy patterns.
That's excellent. How has your relationship with her changed?
We talk once a week on the phone, but I made it clear she can't just drop by unannounced or interfere in my life.
And she's respecting those boundaries?
Mostly. She slipped up once, but I held firm. It felt good to stand up to her.
That's the kind of strength Sarah needed from you during your marriage.
I know. I wish I'd found it sooner.
Have you had any contact with Sarah since the divorce?
I saw her at a mutual friend's party last month. She looked happy, healthy.
How did that make you feel?
Honestly, I was glad to see her doing well. But it also hurt because I'm not part of her happiness anymore.
That's a mature response. Did you speak to her?
Briefly, I apologized for everything. She said she appreciated it, but that she's moved on.
How did you handle that?
I told her I understood and that I hoped she'd find someone who treats her the way she deserves.
That must have been difficult to say.
It was the right thing to say. She deserves better than what I gave her.
You've come a long way in these 6 months. Are you ready to think about dating again?
No, not yet. I'm still working on myself. I don't want to bring my baggage into another relationship.
That's wise. What are you focusing on right now?
My career, my friendships, my relationship with my mother. Becoming the kind of man I should have been.
Those are all important areas. What have you learned about yourself through this experience?
That I have trouble with confrontation, especially with people I love. I'd rather avoid conflict than deal with it.
And now?
Now, I understand that avoiding conflict doesn't make problems go away. It just makes them worse.
That's a crucial lesson. How will you apply it in the future? By being honest when something bothers me. By standing up for the people I care about, even when it's uncomfortable. Those sound like concrete, actionable changes. I just wish I'd learned these lessons before I lost the best thing that ever happened to me. That's regret, and it's natural, but you can't let it consume you. You have to move forward.
I'm trying. Some days are harder than others.
That's normal. Healing isn't linear. There will be setbacks.
Do you think I'll ever forgive myself?
Eventually, yes, but first you need to forgive your mother and accept that everyone involved made mistakes.
Including Sarah?
Sarah's only mistake was staying as long as she did. She should have left sooner.
You're right. She gave us chances I didn't deserve.
The question now is, what kind of person do you want to be moving forward?
Someone who stands up for what's right, even when it's hard. Someone who doesn't hide from difficult conversations.
Then that's who you'll become, one day at a time.